So we're building a factory for a factory to power our other factory. Yeah, just satisfactory things, you know? Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where right now we are working towards nuclear power, and we've been making a ton of progress so far. We got an awesome factory location right up in the middle of the map here, sulfuric acid moving and grooving, and we've completed processing up to the encased uranium cells. Meaning the next nuclear thing we need is the nuclear fuel rods themselves. But they require a lot of spice. You need a lot of beacons, you need a lot of crystal oscillators, and you need electromagnetic control rods. And oh boy, that's the big ticket item right there. And in order to continue our processing, we have to tame this mighty jungle. That's gonna be a time. So busy day to day. So if you guys enjoy, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. And now we're gonna get going. First off though, we are going to start with our processing. So like I mentioned before, we want the nuclear fuel units. This is an alternate recipe that uses 50 encased uranium cells, 10 control rods, 3 oscillators, and 6 beacons. Now, we already have the encased uranium cells dealt with, so we don't need to worry about that. That's all what's downstairs. And we can produce 525 of those cells per minute. So that means we can have 52.5 manufacturers making nuclear fuel units. That means 52.2 times 2 is 105 control rods. We'll end up needing 31.5 crystal oscillators and 63 beacons. So the electromagnetic control rods, we're not messing with, dude, because they are the ultimate spicy boy. Spicier than even the nuclear stuff we've been doing. They are a mess to work with. So that's like probably a whole episode, honestly. We're not gonna worry about that right now. We're gonna worry about the crystal oscillators and the beacons. So since we need 31.5 crystal oscillators, we're gonna be bringing 30 from our main base over to this area. And then we're gonna make 1.5 crystal oscillators per minute, kind of on site. And then there's the beacons as well. Standard recipe for beacons is a mess. It's just a lot of stuff. So we're actually gonna go with this one, the alternate, which initially seems really bad, but it uses just a little bit of steel and half a crystal oscillator per minute to make 10 beacons, brother, 10. That's what we're doing. And since we need 63 crystal beacons, that means we'll have to have 6.3 manufacturers for them. And that just means we need like 12.6 steel beams, 50.4 steel pipes, and in total, I guess with the whole factory, we're gonna have to have 3.15 crystal oscillators per minute being produced. That's for this and this as well. So yeah, we're gonna be making all of the beacon stuff kind of on site and getting that all dealt with. It shouldn't be too bad. We're in a good spot in the map. Right where we are, we have our whole big train set up over here, so we can scoop a little bit of quartz right from this corner, and then the rest of the stuff will it's gonna be the easiest thing in the world. Because of this little bridge right over here, it goes to the freaking spice zone, brother. Right over here, this is the starting location for the northern forest biome. And this area is just rich in resources. You see all those iron nodes over there? Well, guess what? There's 6 just in this little area. Yep, there's another one over there. And all of them are pure. What's 780 times 6? Oh my gosh, 4,680 iron ore per minute. Yeah, so there's that. We have copper right over here. We can, oh, is that machine upgraded? We might be able to get more copper out of that. I'm not actually sure. We have limestone everywhere. And yeah, like I said, we have the quartz crystals over that way. So right here is the perfect place to make a couple beacons. We're not gonna bring it all back to the nuclear factory because once it's irradiated, that's a bit of a spicy meatball. So we're gonna have another factory for our factory that can power our actual factory. Yes. Insanity, I know. But it gets even crazier because down this road over here, this goes all the way back to that other train station I was mentioning before. This big boy over here. So bringing power out and around this area, pretty easy to do. We already have the quartz, that's right there, mentioned before. But also around this area, is this beautiful starting location. Well, I consider it a starting location right here. And guess what? Even more iron. 4 more pure iron nodes. So, bruh, we gotta scoop these up. There's more limestone over there. And most importantly, there's 2 pure, what is it? Copper, not deuterium. Copper nodes right here too. So this is everything we need to finish off our processing over at the nuclear factory and more. Like, we can probably end up taking a lot of this stuff back to our main base for other projects. It's a crazy, crazy area. You know, so many resources that we're gonna have to bring from A to B, we're gonna have to transport it over with a vehicle. I was really thinking trucks too. This train station over here brings a bunch of fuels these trucks, so we could have a truck that goes from here, goes over to here to just bring fuel back and forth to like this area, and then we could have trucks go all the way down over this way to here. And that seems like a good play, right? Just have trucks run around. And through this entire biome, there's this big road that goes straight on through it. So the trucks would just follow by the power lines, kind of like what these other trucks are doing, as you can see from the nodes. And easy peasy lemon squeezy. Only thing is though, there's just too many resources, right? So you know what that means, doggo? Do you know what that means? It's time, hey. It's time to chew. So we're gonna turn this whole area into a giant train station and bring everything over to that other factory area. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll have to build it up here and then just see where we end up. All right. We ready to rock and roll. We got the train station and I've made an executive decision not to worry about that limestone node. I don't care. There's limestone everywhere. We're gonna forget it. I doubt I'll regret it. So, train this way, train go true. While I was building this though and running back and forth to get items, I realized a problem. There's a bean in the way. What are we going to do with you, sir? No, I'm kidding, buddy. No, that's not the actual problem. The actual problem is there's 2 beans, brother. Okay, I'll stop memeing. The trucks. I wanted to bring the train just down here onto this road, but we already have trucks rooting and scooting up to that station there. And that's where we're getting some deuterium from. So no train on the road yet. Past this point, we're fine. Like, this is as far as the trucks go out, just right to here. So we could scoot the train track to this location. Maybe keep it off to the right, I suppose, of the power lines. Sure. Oh, there's another limestone node there? This is what I'm saying, there's limestone everywhere, man. Anyway, so we kind of have to dodge the road, meaning we have to go through this area. And it's a little messy, you could say. Kind of extremely messy. It's kind of a giant hill that is super omega bumpy and not super friendly. But there is kind of a path that I'm seeing here. We could have the train turn this way, boop to like here. Is that a little stinker? Excuse me, sir. No stinking around here. I'm building. Goodbye. Goodbye. What I was saying, we'd have the train go to about here. It could come up on top of right where we're at now. And then, that's too short. We can't go down there. We have to go a little bit further. Let's see, trees, can you just move out of the way for a second? Just a quick excuse me. Thank you. I guess we have to go straight. Maybe we'll add in like a support pillar here. And this little like gap looks like the way. Yeah, there's just a couple more trees right over there. Dude, scoot, and oh my God! We almost scooted ourselves to the shadow realm. Oh my God. We're putting this away. That's why I don't use this thing much, man. It's the danger zone. Oh my gosh. We like get clipped onto the rocket and we ride it down into the explosion. It's a nightmare. I've died many times on the Twitch live streams to that. Oh my gosh, where was I? Okay, I digress. We can definitely scoot through this way. So we have the train track go to some pillar, go down here, and scoot over here. You can probably get a good angle on this too, eh? If you haven't realized, we're building on the ground as well. I really enjoy building the train tracks on the terrain. It's just a really interesting way of going about things. And considering we're at like our object limit in the game, and we've had like crashing issues, this is kind of the way we have to do things as well. So this is working out pretty well. We're just gonna have to deal with like the inevitable clipping. We'll try and keep it to a minimal. And then ideally we just scoot literally right across here, but there's no way this works, right? It's too long. Yeah, that's why I was saying there has to be a pillar. So we'll leave that there. Starting from the other end though, can we make this work and look nice? I bet we can, especially if we have a temporary little thing on this little hill we're on. Oh, and hey, what are you doing here, sir? Dude, you could have killed me. Oh my gosh, dude, you're the danger zone, brother. Too bad I came prepared. Give me your skin and good night. So yeah, this is more so the idea I had. Kind of scoots over this way, nicely curves onto the road and off to the races we go. I'll come back and I'll fix almost all this stuff though, make it a nicer curve here instead of a line, etc, etc. But general idea, that's what's up. Now this track just continues on down the line till we're back at that processing area. So Mr. Bean, please get out of the way. Thank you. Now let's make our way back. Right back to our work area. Very, very cool. And this area is pretty much flat, so it's a perfect place to set up a new factory. Just have to clear out a little bit of nature. Honestly, in this area, I'm gonna try and keep it a little chill. I really like the look of like these willow trees, so I don't want to destroy all of them. Then we just throw in the other train station. Cool, easiest thing in the world. And this train station will bring over all those materials from the other biome. We'll process them into the beacons and whatever else we need, bring them back there, and brother, it's all coming together. That was quite a bit of work, and there's quite a bit more to do here. There's all the nodes that are around this area, so we have to go and gather them up, organize them all together, and then start the processing. But I have some extremely good news. And that's that I've automated turbo motors. It's been done. We got it. We have turbo motors fully automated in the factory. Don't believe me? Check it out. Who dat? What dat? Is that a turbo motor on the floor? You better believe it. So yep, I mentioned this last time I think, but during a live stream, I decided we need a supply of turbo motors. Obviously, we're not done with them yet, but I got them moving, got them grooving, and now automatically, we're getting quite a few at once, and it's looking pretty good. Oh yes, and now with all of these, we can make the Mark III miners, and I don't have to handcraft anymore because screw that noise. And we're happy, happy, happy. Let me quickly show you the setup for them. So behind our storage room here, we got a lot going on. We have our little area here. This is kind of just if we need a thing or two, we throw it into an assembler and let it rock and roll. It's like a hand feeding area. Ooh. And then over back here, we start to enter our processing. This is our basic processing, mainly for our storage room. So like crystal oscillators, we don't take them down from our main processing line. We just process them in this little area. So we have a manufacturer for computers, motors, heavy modular frames, crystal oscillators, and yeah, the turbo motors themselves. I haven't shown this place in a long time, but yeah, lots going down here. None of it's measured out really. It just kind of works. It's like 1 is better than 0 type idea. Wherein if it's automated and it's really slow, it doesn't matter because after like 30 minutes of working on another project, we'll have something going. By the way, episode 50, I'm gonna be doing a world tour and a world download. So look forward to that and I'll kind of go over things a bit more then. But as for the turbo motors, we're using the alternate Rigor motor recipe here that take motors, radio control units, AI limiters, and stators. And yeah, its main purpose is so we don't have to do as much handcrafting. Ooh, and also another quick behind the scenes. This is the floor above my storage room. Yeah. I do dabble in the art of spaghetti. once in a while. But yeah, that's about it there. We can now make the Mark III miners very easily. So we're gonna go back to the area we're just in. I'm gonna make Mark III miners all over the place, get the train stuff finalized, and then yeah, we start to process or do something, I don't know. It's gonna be a while. Well, a while for me, a boop for you. Oh, don't you guys just love that boop? Yep, all's good now. We have Mark III miners all over the place now. I've organized all of the belts, almost, right into here, and the train track is all finalized. Let's go for a quick chew. So we just go over this way, like I was showing. I got rid of most of the power poles too, because initially my big plan was to bring trucks through here, right? But yeah, no trucks, no need. Just have the power poles going out to the geyser, and then we're going over this way. And again, this is why I love building on the ground. It feels like you're in the level, you know? When you're up and above everything, it seems so surreal, but when you're on the ground, it's so much better. Ah yes, and then over here, I curved things out a little bit more, so it's a little bit more nice. Yeah, you see that nice crescent? And we end up over this way. See how I still have a little bit to do, but it's okay. And this is where we pick everything up from. Not all that complicated. And as per everything we're kind of doing now, we're just doing like the bare minimum of design. So we make it work, we scoot it up, and we rock and roll. Choo choo, and away we go. Hey, Mr. Bean, do you like the new chew? I bet you do. Oh man, with all these resources, by the way, oh my gosh, we can just bring so much back to bees, it's amazing. Dude, so much extra iron, copper, everything. Oh, but one thing at a time. We need the nuclear stuff, we need the beacons. And for the beacons, like I was mentioning before, we're gonna be using that steel recipe. But for steel, you need coal. Yeah, I remember there's coal somewhere nearby. Literally right beside everything. Boom, coal node, hello. It's a little far off, but hey, it's right next to all of our existing infrastructure, so we can just bring it through this factory, bring it on over to that area, and we are happy, happy, happy. Ooh, he's not happy, happy, happy. Okay, but it's a normal node, so we'll upgrade this to a Mark III miner as well, and that's 600 coal per minute. And yeah, we don't need all that much steel. Again, the numbers are, oh, hey, no, I'm grabbing my notes, stop. Okay, we're good. Yeah, the numbers are super low. 12.6 steel beams, 50.4 steel pipes, yeah. No big deal. And then crystal oscillators. There's this recipe, and then there's that recipe. I think we're just gonna go with this recipe here. And yeah, that should work out well. So back over to processing. With the addition of our train station platform, we will have an item spine right over here. So all the items for this area will end up going up a tower at this location. And then we'll start doing processing. So crystal oscillators, steel, and beacons. Yes, lots of processing to do here, not a lot of space. Okay, I have a goal though. I wanna get at least the steel processing done here. So for that, I'll bring over the coal in a bit. We have to know that we have 600 coal per minute. And all of the iron nodes are pure, so this is 780 iron per minute. Okie dokie then. Well, how many smelters does that equal? 780 divided by 30. 26 smelters, okay. Well, let's go over to here. We just randomly start measuring them out. See how far we can get with things. Ooh, and we're getting to a pretty good spot here. 13 smelters are just here. We can double that up on the other side, and that's the 26. So that's all the smelters we need. And we have plenty of space left. Okay, but then, we don't need all of the iron ingots for the steel, because the steel recipe we're using is an alternate. Guess I should show it, it's kind of important, so you guys know what's going on. But it's a steel recipe that just uses iron ingots and coal. Uses a little less coal, so it's a little more efficient. So we need this, but we don't need all 780 iron ingots for it. Yeah, because we only have 600 coal, meaning 180 of the steel ingot or iron ingots can go somewhere else. So 180 divided by 30 is 6? Yeah, 6. So I suppose these 6 that will be on the end will merge together, go this way, and maybe we can use this little bit of iron for crystal oscillators. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if that's enough. Regardless, we'll have the 600 iron ingots going over this way, and hopefully we can fit enough foundries in here. What is the ratio for the foundries in the steel again? I've done this a million times, but there's so many recipes, I always forget. 40 and 40, cool. 600 divided by 40 is 15, awesome. We'll make 14 and overclock 2 of them to get the 15. And I'll quickly measure out to see if we have enough space for this. Easily enough space. This floor is working out perfectly. Dude, we even have a chunk of space in the middle here for belt work. Nice. So we have the 7 here. Well, again, we'll just copy another 7 onto this side. Belt it all together, and we still have half of the floor. What is going on here, brother? Do we dare? I think we dare. It's madness, Kibitz. Don't do it. I'm doing it. Can we process the steel on this floor? We don't need a lot. Again, it's like 50-ish steel pipes. Dude, 30 to 20. So that's like 3 constructors that will deal with all of the steel pipes. Dude, this is happening. That's happening. Okay, and then the steel beams. 15 per minute? Dude, 60, that's it. That's it. That's it. So we're gonna be making 600 steel per minute over here, essentially for 4 constructors. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Well, like I said, we're gonna be making a ton of stuff in this location. Whatever's left over, we're throwing into the train and sending back to base for future projects. All this should really work out though. Oh no, Kibitz, don't get this idea, don't get this idea. Oh, I have this idea. Well, that's this little area used. This floor space is gonna be used. Then we kind of have this corner here. Nothing's being done with it. Don't do it, Kibitz, don't do it, don't try it. Don't try it, we're trying it. Can we get refineries here for the quartz? We have 300 quartz per minute. What is the quartz recipe? We're gonna be using this pure quartz crystal alternate. It's the only alternate recipe, and it's not much more efficient, but we have to be really picky with our quartz in the world. So 67.5 per minute each machine uses, and we have to get a little bit of water. What the heck? 300 divided by 67.5. It's 4.44 repeating refineries. So essentially 5. Yeah, like we can do this? Like, it would be a horrific mess. A horrific mess if we try and get the 5 refineries there. Cause like, I'm just imagining the belt work, what it's gonna look like. It'd be so nice if we had some extra space here. Yeah, but it's possible. You know what, compromise. We're gonna do this on this floor. However, boop, 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 boop. You guys go. We're just gonna power shard these 2 to like infinity, because 67.5 times 250%, or no.
67.5 times 2.5 equals 168. That times 2,
Meaning, these 2 guys, fully overclocked pretty much, can handle the quartz line. I can't imagine this looking good. It's gonna be a mess, but we're gonna try it. Huh, well, color me surprised, but this looks way, way, way better than I ever anticipated. We have some beautiful symmetry going on with the smelters and the foundries, which looks fantastic. The extra stuff that we added on, like the refineries and the extra constructors, are a little out of place, but that's okay. And then we just had to get a little bit of water from the pond over there so we could make the quartz crystals. And I have to say, I'm quite impressed with our foundry setup too. It's a pretty efficient system. It's the usual like reverse overflow. So everything starts here, goes over this way, and we just split everything up right here. Half of it goes to the other end of the system, and half of it overflows from this end of the system. And right in the middle here, you can see, it all mixes together into this one refinery, which is overclocked. Cool, cool, cool. clear, not cool problem is the belts mixed. Oh no. I thought I could do like a cool weaving pattern with the belts. Okay, that's just gonna ruin everything. Yeah, completely ruin everything. Okay, so that'll still have to be fixed. But for the most part, it does look cool, so hey, take the W's where we can get them. And then we have the steel will end up going this way. The parts that we need, like the steel pipes and the beams, will just go up randomly over here, and the quartz crystals up over there. But we have a problem. We have a big problem. The moth, I just don't know why. I didn't notice it. But the moth flies right above this beacon here. So pretty much right up here, just a little past the smokestack, is the moth's flight path. So we could build the wall up here, we could build the factory up here, and if the moth hits your factory, it doesn't do any damage. It just flies right through and like clips through. So functionally, it'll work. It will just look really, really, really bad. So we're just not gonna do that. I'm thinking we'll leave these two refineries out in the open here, do something over here as well, and mainly focus the rest of the processing on this side of the building. Because at this point now, all we have to do is just a little bit more for the oscillators. Like it's gonna be using the default recipe here. 2 crystal oscillator manufacturers and then the 7 beacon manufacturers. So 9 manufacturers, probably all in a row like this. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead with that. So good news, bad news, but things have not evolved exactly as expected, but things do work here. But we got all the beacons and crystal oscillators we need for our nuclear project, meaning there's only one more item to produce. Oh, Nelly though, this was a weird project, man. A lot of things slipped my mind. So we had to make the crystal oscillators, and I was always thinking about the quartz. Brother, what about the other stuff for the oscillators? The cable and the reinforced plates? Yeah, exactly. Well, I forgot about them, but we got pretty lucky with a few things. Number 1, the reinforced iron plates, we're using this bolted plate recipe, which uses screws and iron plates. Cool, well guess what? We can make the screws out of steel beams and get all of that we need. Cool. Then the iron plates, we have that extra amount of iron that we're smelting down, that we're sending up to this floor, and we're able to make all of the iron plates we need with that bit of iron. And also, I kid you not, that little bit of iron extra was 180 iron per minute. We use about 70 here, and then the rest works out perfectly over in this system, making iron wire, and literally makes, to the decimal point, the exact amount of cable that we need for all the crystal oscillator manufacturers over here. The luck was unprecedented. So now we have all these extra nodes, all these extra resources here that we can just play around with and bring back to base if we so choose. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do. We'll kind of like hold up for now, but we'll probably end up back at base. I'm just happy this is all said and done. Oh boy. So these two things will head up to here and then over to there. But we will probably do that another day. I say probably, I mean we are doing that another day. Dude, building an entire factory plus harvesting an entire biome took a little bit of time. And I gotta scoot here. So I hope you guys still enjoyed though. And again, if you did, please remember to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.